Hello, YouTubers. The new Time Travel Jaime 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. And yes, we're still celebrating Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. Today, I'm doing another Doctor Who DVD review. The one I forgot to show in my John Pertwee month. So today, I'm going to review Doctor Who, The Green Death, original release. Yes, this is a good story. I really love it. It's a classic. This six-part story originally transmitted on May 19th to June 23rd, 1973. And sadly, this is Katie Manning's last appearances as Jo Grant. In this story, one of the workers in a South abandoned coal mine is dead. However, the miner name is Hughes, the art of South Wales. The miner's doing a monthly inspection on the bottom of the shaft. The doctor making adjustments to the TARDIS coordinator program to prepare to visit the blue planet of Metabilius 3. However, Jo decided to take an acclaimed local environmentalist, Professor Clifford Jones, while Lethbridge Stewart goes down to investigate. So the doctor goes to Metabilia 3 first. However, the planet might be a scare full of bird-like crawling others. The Brigadier is recently opened a global chemical oil plant. It's held by Stevenson, claimed that the plant can produce 25% more petroleum and diesel fuels. However, there is a link between global chemicals and the Hughes death, but the research is too demanding for him. The doctor reached the planet Metabilia 3, but is far from the blue paradise disguised him. He was attacked by various unseen creatures, and he was brought back to unit laboratory with only a blue small crystal to show his misadventure. Then he drove down with his car Bessie to South Wales and meets the Brigadier at the global chemical. So they investigate the mines despite Stevenson is saying the miner should be sealed. Nobody must go down to the mine. Hicks leaves and Stevens dons a pair of strange headphones. Jo Grant arrives at the pitch head ahead of the doctor and the Brigadier and goes down with the mine shaft when a miner called Bert to help another Dawes Evans, who was called for help at the bottom of the mine. When the doctor and the Brigadier arrive, the man controlling a cage descent. However, the brake has been sabotaged. The doctor managed to slow the cage descent, but his effort to leave Jo and Bert trapped down there. Bert remembered there's an emergency shaft on the mine. He and Jo set it off. The doctor suggests cutting the mine shaft cables linking two cages together, which would enable him to use the second cage to get down the mine. Brigadier goes down to Global Chemical to request some cutting equipment. Meanwhile, the doctor has Professor Jones and his whole-wheel friend create the demonstration of the Global Chemical gates. However, he is captured and Stephen shows him that the shed is empty. Fortunately, Dave and the Brigadier are on their way to Newport to find some cutting-edge equipment. The doctor goes down to the shaft with Dave and the two other miners. And now Dawes Evans dead, and a note from Jo telling that she and Bert had head for emergency shaft. So the doctor and Dave find Bert, and the doctor goes find Jo. By the time they reunite, Jones Joel found a vast lake of black green slime. However, they climb a deep shaft when the doctor collects a huge egg to take him back for experiment. However, a worker named Elgin, a friend of Fell, who tells about his friend Dale Evans' death. However, when the doctor and Joe had to end their deal with a meal of the fungus, something is happening. The egg was hatched, and the notice that the doctor's fury falls to the trap for the giant maggots, and they fail to escape the global chemicals. Mike Yates has been sent to the other cover by the Brigadier as contact by the doctor. However, Yates was brainwashed by Stevens, or the boss, biomorphical organization systems supervisor, a supercomputer. Yates is sent to the Nutshot to kill the doctor, so he used his blue crystal that he brought from Metabilius 3. Joe alienated Jones, who she falls in love, running by one of the experiments of the green slime, determined to make ends meet. She heads for the slag cap to search for the maggot to run for some tests. However, Jones is affected with a green death and begins to turn green. Joe's contact unit and her radio and arrest Dr. and Sergeant Benton rescue from the maggots in the Bessie. The doctor realized Jones has been stumbled upon something could combat the maggots and their infection. The doctor and Benton drive around the slag heap through the scatter of the fungus. The doctor kills, throws his coat as a giant flying creature. It calls fall to the ground. Meanwhile, back at Global Chemicals, the doctor is confronted by the boss computers. The computers plan to link up the efforts for the corporate to take over the human race. The doctor tells Steven that the boss efficiently will insult the greater pollution brainless. The doctor uses blue crystal to break Steven's hypnotic states. However, the boss has taught him to cross feed. However, the mad computer causes an exploding, destroying Stevens and the mad computer. The menace defeat the unit troop and environmental gather at the Nut Hutch in a celebration, as Joe and Jones announce they're getting married. The doctor gives him the bless and gives Joel the blue crystal as a wedding present. The doctor is eventually upset as Quiet slips away as the doctor draws Bessie off into sunset. Now, my opinions of Doctor Who The Green Death. It's a great story around the 10th season of the story. And also, it has a great story writing from Mr. Terrence Dicks. Great director from Michael E. Brin. Fantastic. And the good music from Dudley Simpson. Green Death deserves a 5 out of 5. Let's take a look at the front cover. Here's Stevens, the third Doctor, the Joe Grant, the two maggots, the John Pertwee years, 1970 to 1974. Here's the old BBC logo. Here's the spine in the back. Production stills. On the DVD extras, we have commentary by Katie Manning, producer Barry Letts, and script editor Terrence Dicks. Global Conspiracy, plus visual effects designer interviews, production opinions, and so forth. And here's the original DVD of The Green Death, and it's not rated. Well, I'm glad you liked this review, and just to let you know, I have the special edition of that story, and if you're looking to find the original, it's out of print. Well, that's it for this week's review. Shout out goes to Douglas E. Wolf. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.